So at this point, it could be anybody's game, but even with just getting in, it does seem like we are going to have a toss in, and it does seem like Alex does have control right here at the moment. They're kind of in midfield. They're trying their best to really just get in.
He does.
Alex could be going for the goal here. Is he going to take the shot? I believe he is going to try to.
Oh, what about
He
this?
passes it over. He takes the shot. He does get the
The
goal.
opening goal.
So very well played from Alex there, leading it 0-1 right now. So as I said earlier, both of these players are phenomenal at this game. They know what they're doing. They know how to play aggressive. They know when to play defensive. They know how to just keep each other at a level playing field. But as soon as I say that right out the gate, Gianni is already just getting insanely aggressive. He's trying to really just find that opening, just
Back
kind of
with
suffocate them there, not really letting them have any room to breathe. And at this point, Alex does actually take it back. So
Milan
I'm
Skriniar.
definitely curious. I'm definitely
Now
very curious
Hakimi.
right now because it's kind of going
Handles
back to
Kolomoa.
midfield with Alex does currently controlling the ball right now.
Yes.
He is probably going to go for another shot here with the way Gianni split up. He is going to pass it. Is he going to take the shot? No, Gianni actually takes it back. He takes it back into midfield. So the control does go back to him, and with everybody being the way that they are over on Alex's side, Gianni could have a pretty easy way to just score a goal here. He's going to take the shot, but it is going to be blocked, and it is going to go out.
Wonderful save.
So Gianni definitely tried there, but he wasn't able to score at that moment. So it is going to be kicked back in. It is going to be going back into the control of Gianni. He's probably going to try and find another good kick. Oh, we get a huge bounce there. Very interesting.
Back in time.
He didn't, and he had other options here, but chose.
All right, so it seems like the control goes back to Alex at this point. He is just currently trying to play around midfield.
That's well and cuts it out.
Johnny does take the control back. It's like as I said before, this is just a very even game with the way all of these people are playing. Like these two guys are on our roster for a good reason. They are insanely good players. We do see a very good shoot coming out from Gianni there. Alex is just trying to get back. He's scrambling right now, but Gianni does try and go for a kick, but unfortunately it is blocked. It goes back into the control of Alex. So at this point, Gianni could have an easy chance to score here. He is going to try and go for the score. He does get the pass. He does try and get right near the goal, but unfortunately he wasn't able to get it. It does come back from Gianni to Alex, and now it's back into Alex again. And like at this point, I don't know what they're trying to do. The control doesn't go back into Gianni. Gianni's currently grouped up all in just kind of one area right now. They're just really trying to find their footing at the moment, and it does go back into Alex. It's just constantly swapping. Like at this point, I'm not fully sure who can win this because we are getting, I believe, about 24. We are already about 24 minutes into the game, and going to be rapidly approaching halftime. And it does seem like we get a shot. We do try and get a shot, but it does go out. It does go outfield, and I believe that was an accidental mess up kick. So.
But it will be another corner.
All right, so Gianni is currently trying to go for it. A very good steal there from Alex. He does get a very long kick, but Gianni does take it back here. Gianni has to try and find some footing because if he's not able to, he's not really going to be able to kind of close that gap because despite it being a one-goal lead, it can definitely go bad. Ooh, seems like we might have a dispute going on here. I wonder what happened there.
Punishment, no yellow card.
It is going to be a penalty kick, I believe. So let's see if Gianni has a free chance to try and score it here. Is he going to make it? Yes, he is. That is going to be 1-1. Gianni and Alex there. So very well played from them. So at this point, we are about 30 minutes into the game. So it's going to be I'm very curious how it's going to be by the time halftime comes around. Like, are we going to still seeing a tie because both of them are playing very even is what I'm noticing. Ooh, they try. I believe Alex tried to go for a score. He is going to be able to get the kick, but he's not able to get it. Unfortunately, the goalie does block it in favor of Gianni. So the ball does go to Gianni, and he's going to have control here at the moment. So at this point, I'm very curious because with the way that they're playing, the momentum is constantly swapping. So in a lot of other games, you can have a lot of momentum swaps. For like one person riding high on a lot of momentum, but right here it's just like it doesn't seem like anyone is really getting a lot of momentum. But from what we can see, Alex is definitely doing a very good job at keeping Gianni on his toes. Alex is constantly just running around. He's constantly trying to cover a lot of corners, just make sure that Gianni has no easy ways to really just shoot the ball into the net. So At this point,
City
they
try
have
to
to,
get
Gianni really has to do something. He is going to go on the offensive. He's going to try and go for a goal here. Is he going to be able to get the pass? No, he's not. I believe it does actually go outfield, so that's very unfortunate there. It does get kicked back in, and the control goes back to Alex here. Alex definitely could have an easy shot here trying to get it over to Gianni's net. So
and the pass is incomplete.
very
Nice
curious, but it
work.
does seem like the control goes back to Gianni here. He is doing very good at passing. At the moment, he's just trying to pick out Alex. He's going to try and go for the shot, but unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get it. We do see a bit of a tussle there in midfield. We do see Alex just trying to go for it, but Gianni is just denying him, just saying, "No, you are not getting this. I'm going to take control here. This is my ball." Gianni is just going for it. He has to be careful because one is going to be coming in. He does actually take the ball back. Alex, very good play there. He does kick it to his goalie. He's just trying to get it out into midfield. He does get the control there. Look, unfortunately for Gianni, but Gianni does come in and actually does take it back once again. As I said before, with the way these players are playing, they're just so evenly matched. He's going to go for a shot. Is he going to be able to make it? Unfortunately, he's not. I believe it just barely misses. He is going to get a kick back in. So Gianni could possibly take it right here. Ooh, I believe that was a very unfortunate head bump there. I believe they're going to try and go for not really sure what's going on here at the moment, but the goalie is currently going to be kicking it back in, which leads it back to more momentum. I believe we are waiting for overtime at this point. Or halftime at this point. I apologize. I am still fairly new to this. But it does seem like there, I believe that will be halftime at the moment. It is going to be 1-1 between these two. So something I sincerely want to point out between the two is that the way that Alex is playing is he's playing a lot more on the offensive side. He's just trying to like get Gianni into a lot of areas where he's not really able to do anything. He's just constantly being incredibly aggressive. He's not really trying to let him really move into a lot of beneficial areas. As we can see here, Alex already has more pressure onto his side, but Gianni does take the ball back into his control. He's going to try and get something going here. But we do see Alex taking it back once again. Alex is going to be just bolting towards the goal. Is he going to be able to score? He's going to have to try and get a pass here, but Gianni is currently defending. Gianni's just doing his best to make sure he doesn't get the goal. He gets the pass. He doesn't. He gets another pass. It does go back to midfield. He's currently doing his best to just try and find an opening in Gianni. He does hit Gianni, and the control actually does go back to him. Is Alex going to be able to find this find his advantage here? I'm not fully sure, but it is definitely going to be a very tight situation, especially with the way this is playing. Gianni could have an easy way to score here. He does get the kick, but unfortunately, it is blocked by the goalie, and it is going to go outfield there, unfortunately. The way these two are playing, it is getting very intense because we are nearing it, because we are already past the halfway point, and it's already getting incredibly tense here with both of these players. It is a tie at the moment, though. So at this point, it could be, it still is anyone's game at this point. You do see Gianni getting very aggressive here. He's going to try and just get a good opening onto Alex there. He's going to get the kick. He is going to be able to score. It is going to be 2-1 Gianni Alex at the moment. So very well played from Gianni there. We do see Alex. He's currently a little back. Gianni's just trying to play more aggressive, just trying to get a lot of those off angles and everything, just trying to make sure that not really gain control of midfield. And at this point, Gianni can just play a lot more aggressive with the way that he is. Oh, Gianni has a breakaway. Is he going to be able to get the goal? He does kick it around the goal. He does get another score. It is going to be 3-1 Gianni Alex at this point. Alex, if I were you, I got to pick up the pace, man. With the way Gianni's playing, you can't let him do that. You got to be able to just get back in, just not let him get that aggressive, because if you do that, that's just going to end horribly. You do see the ball is currently back in Alex's control. He's trying to throw it back into midfield to give himself a bit of an advantage there if he's trying to score, but the control does go back once again to Gianni. Gianni is just playing this so well. He's like, he saw what Alex was doing in that entire first half of the game and is just saying, hey, I can do that too. I'm going to just absolutely go crazy and make sure that you have no chances. The goalie is going to be able to block it, though, for Alex. So very good there. But it does go outfield, so he's going to get a kick back in. It is going to be in control of Gianni right now. Alex has to play it so careful because Gianni might have a few openings. Unfortunately, he does not. The ball does get taken back by Alex there. So at this point, I'm just very curious to see how Alex is going to bring it back here. He like was doing very good at keeping up, like even if it wasn't elite, he was doing his best to keep up that pressure onto Gianni because Gianni is just basically running away with everything. Alex could have a chance to score here. The goalie does block it, and it does go outfield. So very well played from Gianni there. He is going to get a kick back in. This could be, I mean, not Gianni there. I mean, Alex. Whoops. I apologize. I am scrambling on my own words here.
And it's well held from the
As you can
corner.
see, Alex
Sure
does,
piece of goalkeeping.
Alex did have control, but it goes back to Gianni. Gianni's just trying to make a breakaway. Alex does take control back. He's trying to have a bit of a tussle there with somebody, but Alex is just playing
Hakimi?
right now, trying to make sure that Gianni is scrambling around a little bit, but the control might go back to Gianni. No, the control goes back to Alex. It goes back to Gianni. Like at this point, Alex has to play so careful. Gianni's just running circles around him.
Walker.
All right, so as we can see, it's currently back in midfield. It's about pretty even, but Gianni does have a bit of an advantage here with the way that he's playing. He's just playing insanely, like, not necessarily confusing, but he's playing insanely tricky, trying to really trip out Alex, make sure that he's not really able to do anything here. So at this point, I'm very curious to see how Alex is going to do. Alex is actually going to try and make a breakaway, but unfortunately, Gianni does get the block there, so very good from him. Never mind, Alex does take back control. Is he going to be able to find a score here? No, it goes back in control. It goes back. Oh my gosh! At this point, we can see anything. He does try and take the kick, but unfortunately, it is not going to. Unfortunately, it's not going to find its mark. But we are going to see a bit of a substitution here. So very curious to see what both teams. We are about 77 minutes in. It is getting very close to end time, and at this point, Alex has to try and find his footing. Gianni is leading. It has a 2-point lead, which is very crucial, especially in a game like this. So at this point, I'm a little nervous for Alex here. Alex is trying to make a breakaway, but Gianni's just playing so oppressive. He's trying not to let him anywhere near him. He's getting it back into midfield. Gianni could have an advantage here. Is he going to try and pass it back? No, he just juked out Alex there. Gianni could have a goal here. He has to try and pass it back. Is he going to be able to find it? He is going to be able to find it. And that is going to be 4-1 currently up for Gianni right now. Honey, you madman. What are you doing right now? Like, this man has a family.
Continue to dominate.
Like, with the way that they're playing, it's just Gianni just leaves no breathing room for the way that Alex is playing. Alex is trying his best to really find that footing, find his way in. Is he going to take a score? It is going to, unfortunately, go over the goal. Is going to be an unfortunate miss. It does get kicked back in. Is Alex going to be able to find control? No, Gianni is going to be able to find control here. Gianni could have another breakaway here for his goal. Is he going to be able to take the shot? I believe he's going to try and go for another pass here. He is going to just go back a little bit. He is going to just kind of juke out Alex a little bit. He has to be insanely careful because he's being pressured so heavily by Alex. Is he going to try and find a goal? He is going to pass it. He's going to find a goal. Unfortunately, it is not going to be able to find the goal there, but it is still 4-1 regardless. It is going to be kicked back in. So at this point, Alex, there's very tight time. I'm not sure what exactly you're going to be able to do here, but you got to try and find your way in because the way Gianni's playing, he's not letting you have any way in.
Some of the goals they've scored have been top class.
Right, the control is back in Gianni. Alex does take it back. Alex is seriously doing his best to make sure that it doesn't go back into Gianni's favor, but unfortunately, Gianni's just being so oppressive. He's already getting up onto him. He does get the pass. Alex does have a chance to score here. He is going to get the pass. Is he going to be able to score? No, it's blocked by the goalie. So very well played from Gianni there. This could be a chance for Alex to come back here, but at this point, I'm not fully sure. We are already going pretty heavily into overtime at this point. So I'm very curious to see what is going to happen with you. Trying to find a good angle. He just has to do his best, but the ball does get bounced back. It does go back into Alex's favor. Is he going to be able to find a score here? No, it gets bumped off. I believe that's going to be a penalty kick. I'm not fully sure, but yeah, it does seem like we have a bit of a... Never mind, I don't believe it's going to be a penalty kick, but as we can see there, Gianni takes that 4-1. Very, very well played from both players there. So
he's got to be happy with his performance.
one thing that we did notice heavily throughout that match is that Gianni was playing so aggressive, especially in the later half. Like, it was fairly even throughout. And I'm just very curious to see what exactly Alex is going to do going into the next game, because it's very tough. It's very tight. Gianni is seriously doing his best. I mean, like, Gianni is seriously performing like at his best. As I said before, this is just the way that Gianni plays. He's just an insanely good player. And as you can see here, he is a force to be reckoned with, especially on the Bridgewater campus. Like when it comes to EAFC, you want to do your best not to cross him. But as I say that, we are hopefully going to be getting into our next match very soon. But I hope you guys very much enjoyed that first match. It was definitely very close, but as you can see, Gianni just had a lot of control there. He wasn't able to do a whole lot. So at this point, very curious to see how Alex is going to bounce back. I'm not sure what exactly he's going to do, but at this point, it could be up in the air. Both of these players are fairly even, but we did see Gianni kind of run away with that match, both literally and figuratively. But with the way that he is playing, it is going to be insanely close because the way that Gianni was playing is that, as I said before, he was playing so oppressive, really giving Alex many ways to really move around the field. He was just he was not giving him a lot of space. He was just trying to make sure that he was so pressured into moving into certain areas, which just prevented Alex from really getting anywhere. And even when the momentum did swap into his favor, Gianni just said, "No, this is mine. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take that back from you." So at this point, I'm not fully sure what is going to happen. But I'm really curious to see if we might have a bit of a swap up from uh Alex. Like, I wonder if we'll see maybe a different play style or something. Maybe he's gonna try and go something to probably counter Gianni in the way he was playing. Maybe he might try and go for a more defensive or probably go again on the offensive, try and outpace him with the way that he was playing because like as I said before during the match, momentum is something very important regardless of the game that you're playing in. And if you are just rolling in the momentum, you're going to be able to do a lot. And if you're not able to get that momentum really going, it's not going to do a lot. You're basically, the colloquial term is known as snowballing. Essentially what snowballing is, you want to make sure that you is that instead of just standing on the mountain with a tiny snowball, just pushing it and hoping something works, you basically got to take that snowball and throw it down the mountain and make sure that thing is picking up. Because if you're not able to do that, it's just going to end horribly. So at this, I think in that game, we especially saw Gianni like heavily snowball there. He was just gaining so much momentum, especially on his side, which allowed him to run away with that victory. But at this point, I'm very curious to see what exactly getting into our next. I apologize, it might be a little bit, so I'm just getting word it is going to be a quick restroom break, and then we're going to be getting back into the game. So make sure to stick around. I'll be here as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that overall game. For those of you who are watching the stream, did you guys like it? I know I might seem a little bit new. I am a little bit new, mainly just to something like this. It's not typically my forte, but regardless, I'm trying to keep up the hype. I'm trying to fun for you guys. So yeah, definitely doing my best. But I'm having an absolute blast, and I hope you guys are too. I sincerely thank you all for tuning in. Those of you that are, because this is something that is incredibly special. It is something that I have been waiting for so long. I've been so excited to get my first broadcast going. So, and like being able to actually be on camera and like be able to essentially show, especially Bridgewater campus, what exactly the esports team has to offer. And because of that, I'm incredibly excited for what is actually going on next. But yeah, we should hopefully also have some streams coming out very soon, where I believe our next dates are going to be Monday and Thursday, I believe. Thursday is going to be a very special one because we are actually going to be getting into our Valorant side as well, which is something I am incredibly excited for. I feel like it's going to be fun, but I believe we're going to be going ahead and getting back into our next game in just a few seconds. And it's going to be right now. We are going ahead and getting back into our first game. We do see both of them are sticking with the same teams. Gianni's already going right out of the gate here. He's getting very aggressive, playing heavily on the offensive. He's just trying to find a goal. Alex is just scrambling at this point. Alex is really trying to find his footing. Gianni's just basically toying with his food at this point. Gianni, you can't play with your food, man. You gotta eat it. Come on. You can't do that. But at this point, the control does go back to Alex. Alex could find his advantage here. Everybody has to try and get over. It does get past, but it does go back to Gianni here. Gianni's playing very well. He's probably going to try and get a pass over, but no, the control actually goes to go back into Alex. So at this point, anything could happen. I'm very curious. Are we going to see control from Alex or Gianni? It does seem like it's going to be an Alex. Is Alex going to try and find a score? No, he is not. It actually goes back to Gianni there. Gianni's already making a bolt for it, but it does seem Alex is already trying to contest it. Alex is already getting the ball, but it's not in his control. It's still in Gianni's. Gianni, despite that whole scuffle, he was able to keep control. He's going to try and go for the score here. He does shoot it, but the goalie does block it from Alex. Very well played there. Very tense situation, especially. So that's something, and I believe that we saw something happen there. They were trying to get it. We see one already running up. He's going to get the pass. Gianni could make a score here. He's going to probably try and play pass. He's probably going to try and play a little bit defensive. He's just trying to really feel out what Alex is going to do. He's going to get the hit. Is he going to be able to score? No, it is not. The goalie is able to catch that. Very well played there. It's going to throw. He's going to throw it back down to about right field. Say if you're watching from Alex's side.
Working hard to win the
So at this point, I'm very curious to see. It seems like we do see a bit of a change up in styles. It seems like both of them. It seems like Alex is trying to play not necessarily more aggressive, but he's trying to play heavily defensive. He's just trying to make sure Gianni does not have much room to move around. He's trying to make sure he doesn't have room to breathe. But as soon as I say that, it seems like Gianni's already trying to find his opening. He does get the pass. He's going to shoot, but he does not going to get it. Is he going to be able to get it? He is. He's going to be able to pick it up from that. We do see the camera wiggling around. Gianni, are you trying to taunt my man here? What are you doing there? Regardless, that was a very well played shot from Gianni there. It is going to be 1-0 Man City PSG. So at this point, Gianni, if he keeps up this momentum, it's going to be pretty heavy. As you can see here, the goalie is able to get the block, but he's not able to recover in time, leading Gianni to a pretty easy goal there. Very well played from him. So it does go on the side of Alex now. Alex is going to try his best to really get it. Unfortunately, he's not able to get a complete pass there. So Gianni does take it back into his control. He's just trying to play it very safe. He's already trying to go for the score again. He's just getting insanely aggressive. Is he going to just go for it? No, he does get the pass. He's going for it, and he does get another score. It is going to be 2-0 in 15 minutes for Gianni. Gianni, stop taunting this man. Stop wiggling the screen. You got to stop taunting him. That's
you have to say it has been coming.
You can't do that to him.
An awful lot of pressure on their opponents.
But regardless, it's insanely interesting to see a bit of a change up. Gianni still keeping that highly offensive play style, and Alex is just not able to keep up with it. Like, Alex is not able to find his footing with the way Gianni's playing. Gianni's just not giving him any room to move. He's just making sure that he's like in a lot of positions that don't really allow much. But we do actually see a bit of an advantage here from Alex. Alex is going to find a pass. It's going to go pretty deep into midfield. He's going to be able to find a pass. No, Gianni's actually going to take it back into his control. Gianni does have it. It's going back into midfield. He's probably going to try and find an easy opening here. It does get passed over. Is he going to be able to find the goal? No, the goalie is going to be able to stop it. He's going to kick it back. Is Alex going to find controls or going to be on Gianni? It is going to be Alex right now. Alex has to do something here because the way that Gianni's playing, it's not going well. Ooh, it's a bit of an interesting situation, but the control does go back into Gianni there. I apologize. I'm talking fast. I might need some water soon.
Not so much given away as cleverly won.
Regardless of what's happening, like Gianni, once again, he's just already going out for another goal, but that control does go back into Alex. Alex has to play insanely like either defensive or he has to try and go on the offensive, especially here with being down two. He has to really try and find those openings. But we do see Gianni with another opening. Is he going to be able to find it? No, Alex does take it back under control. No, it might go to Gianni. No, it's in Alex now. At this point, it could be anything. Alex is able to find his footing. It doesn't feel like many are over at the goal. Is he going to be able to try and go for it? No, the goalie is moving in, but it is going to be kicked pretty far out. So that might be a kick back in for Alex there, and it does look like it is. So at this point, I'm just very curious to see how Alex is really going to be able to like capitalize on it at this point. Alex is like doing his best to really find his opening. Especially with the way Gianni's playing, but again, the control does go back into Gianni. Gianni is just outplaying Alex at every single turn. He's not giving him any room to move. He is going to try and go for a goal here, but unfortunately, it does get hit out. It's going to be another kick back in. So Gianni At this point, you have a very big advantage, but it is going to be kicked back near into midfield, but it does go back into Alex's control. So at this point, very curious to see what Alex, especially right now. Alex does seem to have probably a good advantage to try and score here, but
Well watched by the goalkeeper and not
at this
one for
point,
highlights.
I'm very curious to see what exactly is going to be going on. As we can see here, Gianni does take the control back a little bit. It is going pretty well. Gianni is already finding another opening. Alex is not really able to do much. It does get the pass. It does get the score. It is going to be 3-0. Once again, it is going to be 3-0 already. Gianni, you can't keep wiggling the camera on this man. Like, I have said that multiple times. You can't keep doing this.
Well, here's the replay.
Like,
and it's
you don't kick a man when he's down. And he's down by 3. I can't do that to him.
And he manages to finish it off well.
But regardless, like, as I said before, Gianni, an insanely strong player here. Like, he is definitely somebody where you don't want to mess with him, especially if we're going against somebody in like a show match like this, because these players are insanely good. But Gianni is just showing that he may be the ace in our team, but I'm not fully sure because both of these are very good players. But at this point, Alex is trying to take the control back, but it is going back to Gianni, but it does go back to Alex once again, back to Gianni. It is going to be out, I believe. It is going to be offside, so I'm very curious what happened here. Just go back into control for Alex at the moment. Alex could find something here, but he's being very pressured by Gianni. Gianni does take it back. Gianni moving back into midfield. Does get a very good pass over onto De Bruyne. I believe that's his name. I apologize. He does get the score. It is going to be 4-0 already, and it is going to be right at overtime. Gianni, what are you doing right now?
Well, take a look at this.
Good.
On transition. It's just so
my gosh.
impressive. The
Like,
can't stay with
I'm just floored at how insanely well it's done. Like, it's almost as if he feels no pressure at all, and I am all for it. I love seeing this, the way that these players are. It's just like so insanely interesting to watch,
In the right position
and
to cut out the pass.
like being able to see how they're going to be playing. But we do see the control go back into Gianni, but it does get kicked out. I believe that is going to be halftime for the time being, and it is definitely I am definitely very curious to see what's going to happen here. No, I believe they're actually. I believe it's going to is going to be a kick here. Is it going to be able to score? No, I don't believe it is. I believe it is going to be caught, but at the moment it is still 4-0 between these two. Like, at this point, Alex has to do something. Alex has to try and get that mentality back up because, especially when you're down so far like this, you got to be able to regain your mentality because I know if I was in the situation, I would be slightly frustrated, but when it comes to that, you got to be able to just keep your composure, be able to kind of get yourself back into a level headspace.
Marquinhos.
If you're not, that's going to heavily affect your gameplay, and you don't want that to happen, especially in a match like this. Alex does try and get the pass, but it does go back into Gianni's control here. Gianni's just playing very well, playing very smoothly. He's trying to go for the he is trying to go for it with Walker here. So at this point, is he going to try and take a shot or is he going to try and pass? No, Alex does actually take control back. I believe it did actually go out. No, never mind. For a second, I thought it did. It is going back to Gianni. Is Gianni going to be able to find a score here? Let's see. He does get the pass. Is he going to be able to? Is he going to take the shot, or is he going to try and pass it back? He is going to pass it back. He's going to try and take the score here, and it does bounce off the goalpost. Alex does take the control back. He is trying to get it back into midfield. He's trying to get it back to where he needs it. But at this point, Gianni takes control once again, but it does take control back to Alex. Alex takes it back over to his goalie.
Clearly, the difference.
Takes it back into midfield. Gianni does take control. Once again, Gianni is just not letting up. Gianni is just playing insanely aggressive.
And that's
the thing. With the way that these two are playing, Alex is just being not necessarily suffocated, but he is having no room to breathe. And it is insanely impressive to see Gianni's just pressure here, especially. We do see the ball go out. This could be the chance for Alex to score here. No, it is blocked, but is it going to be able to find a score? No, it's going to go off at that point. So, are we going to see some substitutions? I believe we might. Yes, we will see some subs out once we get everything started back once again. So,
the corner is fired
at this point, I'm very curious what these two are exactly going to do. Especially with it being 4-0 Gianni right now. Alex has to try and find some way out. Gianni's already running away with it. He's going be able to score. He's going to be able to score once again. It's going to be 5-0 at just 60 minutes into the game. Excuse me, sir. Like, I know I keep saying you can't do that to him, but you can't do that to him.
Transitions.
Like, what is this?
Attack is really impressive. And then it's quite the finish.
Like, once again, these players are just so impressive in what they're able to do. And it is so much fun watching how well they are going to be playing. And it's just insanely fun.
This is Hernandez.
Seeing all this actually, like, happening, it's just insanely cool. And like, knowing that Bridgewater has an esports program like this, seeing the talent of players that we have, it just makes me more and more excited to be able to do this stuff more. But we do see some substitutions. I believe one might be canceled out, but we do actually see one coming out. I believe that might have been on, I believe that was on Gianni's side, making a bit of a substitution there. Gianni does have control still. Once again, he is going to try and find this advantage here. Alex is not really able to play a good defense. He's just going for it. Gianni is just playing so many mind games, and he gets 6-0 at, like, what? I believe that's 70 minutes in. I'm not fully sure, just about. But Gianni, what are you doing, my man?
See it again
like,
now, and what a wonderful pass this is. It's inch perfect. And I couldn't see him.
Like, once again, these players are so impressive, and I am so surprised that Gianni is able to just run away with his lead at the moment. He's 6-0. Alex does not have that much time left on the clock with the way that he's playing. This could be a done deal, but we'll have to see. Gianni just already does take the control back into his favor. He does get a pretty good pass, but is Alex going to be able to find control? No, Alex is not going to be able to find control. Never mind. He is going to be able to find control. It's going to be a pass back over to Gianni now. At this point, Gianni could be finding an easy opening here. Is he going to try and go for the shot? Is he going to try to go for the shot? No, he's going to pass it back. But Alex does take control. Very well played from Alex there. Just trying to get it back out. But Gianni is just playing so aggressive. He's not really giving him any opportunities to move at this point. Alex could have an easy shot here, but we'll have to see. Is he going to take it? He is, but I believe it's going to get a, I believe it's going to accidentally hit a player, so that might be a bit of a penalty there. I'm not fully sure. But at this point, we'll see. We do see the kick go out. It does, I believe, bounce off the leg, so it's not going to be a penalty kick, however. But we are going to see a kick back in. So at this point, it could be anybody's game. Alex does take control. He's going to try and go for the shot. It's not going to be able to get it. Gianni does kick it back into midfield. Alex does take back control. He could have an easy chance to score. No, Gianni's going to take it back once again. Gianni is just playing this game. He's just playing mind games with this man. He's not giving him any room. It does go back into Alex, though. Like, with the way that these two are playing, Alex is just not able to find his footing. He is losing his momentum. Gianni has all the momentum right here. As we can see, Gianni's already going to try and go for a goal. He's probably going to try and go for the pass. He does get the pass back. He does get the shot, but it is blocked. Pretty well played there from Alex. Alex does get the throw back in. It is going to be back into his control at the moment. He's going to try and just play so safe, but Gianni takes it back. Once again, Gianni's just always playing in such good positions and opportunities. He's just not giving Alex any room to breathe. He's just playing mind games with him at this point, even though Alex is able to take it back. He's just playing like so aggressive on the attack right now. And it's so insanely impressive seeing the change up. Ooh, we do see Alex trying to get it there, but one does get bumped and it does go back to Gianni at this point. And like at this point, I'm just curious to see how exactly these two are going to go about it. Alex is still at a pretty heavy deficit. We're already approaching, I believe that, yep, we have just hit the 80-minute mark. Is going to be very tense for both of these players. So at this point, I'm very curious what exactly is going to happen here. We do see it is going to be thrown back in by Alex here. Is Alex going to be able to find control? Alex is going to be able to find control. Is he going to be able to find a score here? I'm not fully sure, but he does get the pass. Is he going to be able to kick it? No, he is not. Gianni does take it back. Once again, Gianni is just always in these positions. Alex has no room to breathe with the way that he is playing. And it's just insane. Like, Gianni, like, how are you always in such perfect positions at such the right time, especially with the way that you are playing right now? You are just giving no room for Alex to breathe, and it is insanely impressive. But we do see Alex does have the control back in his favor. He has to try and find something. There's not that much time left on the clock. If he's not really able to find something, then Gianni takes this with a very, very commanding lead.
In
Gianni
behind.
does take the
Can he
ball back.
finish?
He's gonna pass it back. He's gonna try and find the goal, but he is not able to make it. Alex does take the control back. He's gonna kick it back into midfield. It does go back into his control. Alex has to try and find something here, especially with the time ticking down. I believe we're about to hit 88 minutes. 2 minutes currently left. Alex has to try and find a goal. Is he going to be able to hit it? No, Gianni's going to be able to block it. Gianni's going to be able to take it back into his control, but it's going to bounce off Alex. Is Alex going to be able to have the control here? I'm not fully sure. He's going to throw it back in. Time is just ticking down so slowly. Gianni could be able to take the lead here very commandingly. We'll have to see what exactly is going to happen here. Alex is just trying to play it so well. He does kick it back. He kicks it back to Gianni's goalie here. He tried to go for a pretty easy score. But Gianni is going to be playing it so aggressive at this point. He has to just he has to try and find a pretty easy opening, because with the way that he's playing, he's just has all the openings, and I believe that is going to be it. I believe that is going to be it. Yes, we do see Gianni take that game. 6-0. What in the world was that, Gianni? Like, you just had such a commanding lead that I don't even know what was going on there. And it is like insanely impressive to see that, because we saw it wasn't too bad of a deficit. Alex was playing out of his mind pretty well in the first game. And then Gianni just comes in and just takes that so commandingly. And like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand what exactly is going on. So at this point, I'm very curious to see what we're actually going to be seeing. But with that being said, we are going to be taking a very quick break. It'll be just a few minutes, but when we come back, we'll be getting back more with these two players, and I'm very excited to see what exactly is going to happen with these two. I'm going to see if Alex might see a bit of a momentum change. Is he going to try and get his mentality back in control? But we'll have to see in just a few minutes. Be back later. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more EAFC show match featuring Gianni Maltese and Alex Hissel. Sorry, I completely might have butchered the name there. I said it earlier correctly. I can't believe I did that. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. We are getting into our third game. It is going to be a best-of-5 set. And as we saw from last game, it was a very, very commanding lead from Gianni, going 6-0, which is insane because it wasn't that heavy of a deficit from the first game. The first game was only a 4-1 in favor of Gianni. And at this point, we got to see what Alex can do. Is Alex going to be able to bring it back? He's got to find the momentum, but with the way that he's been playing, I feel like he can easily get the momentum back. He's got to just play it to the best of his advantage and make sure that he doesn't let himself get tilted. He makes sure that he keeps himself calm and composed, even in a very tough situation. I apologize. I just got some water. Yeah, let's try and keep up this. Let's try and keep up the energy for Alex here. We got to give him hype. We got to make sure that he's able to do what he can. He's got to be able to take this lead here. Because I'm gonna be honest, I want to see a dang team 5. I want to see a game 5. I want to see something like that happen. I am very excited for something like that. So it seems like we are going to be, which is very interesting. We're actually going to be seeing a little bit of a change, but I believe we're going to be staying the same, but I'm not fully sure. Yep, I believe we're going to be staying the same, especially with the teams. We are about to be getting into our next match. And as we can see here,
every reason to believe we're in for an entertaining.
Gianni is still going to be on Man City with
on Paris Saint-Germain.
Alex still on PSG. Gianni being represented by the red, I believe, or no, I believe Gianni's actually represented by the blue. Oh, was that a score already from Gianni? I believe that might have been, yeah. So it seems like Gianni is represented by the red arrow, and it does seem that blue arrow is representing Alex. I might have mistook that for a bit, but oh boy, that is a very tense situation there because I believe it's only been like what, 2 minutes, and we already see a score coming out. Gianni, what are you doing here?
Start looking for a reaction to that.
All right, so Alex, you have to try and find momentum here. Like, you got to do your best. But at this point, it's going to be very interesting. We do see Gianni getting some very interesting getting some very impressive passes here. He's going to try and take a score. He's going to be able to make it. He's going to be able to make it. It's only 5 minutes into the game, and it's already 2-0 up to Gianni. Alex, don't let it spiral like this, man. You got to get yourself back up. You got this, man.
Well, here's the replay.
But at this point, it's pretty insane because Gianni has such a huge momentum lead that I'm not sure what exactly Alex is going to do at this point. But let's not count him out because Alex was able to put up a fight for that first match, like being able to get at least some goals and like some pressure. So we can't just count him out immediately. Alex is absolutely doing his best here, but Gianni once again has control in his favor. He's going to try and already go for another goal. Is he going to be able to get it? He's just getting right up there. He's not even going to be able to get the score, unfortunately. It does get thrown back from Alex there. Gianni's currently trying to keep the control, but it does go back to Alex. No, Gianni's actually able to take it back once again. Gianni is just playing so aggressive. He's just making sure that he gives him absolutely no time to breathe. Is he going to be able to find a goal? I don't believe he is. Nope, I believe it's going to bounce off. So it is going to be going back into a kick in. It is going to be into the favor of Alex at this point. So it could be anybody's game. Is it going to go out? I believe it. Yeah, it's going to go off field. Very unfortunate, but it does seem like I think you got something going here. It is going to be going to Gianni's favor at this point. Gianni has to play it very well at this very well right now, but with the way he's playing, he doesn't even have to play it well. He just has to play because this man is on another level, especially right now. But at the same time, Alex is just fighting back. He's he's just trying to claw himself back. And I am insanely curious to see what Alex is actually going to do to try and bring it back here.
Making good progress.
Ooh, we do see Alex actually is going to try and make a breakaway, but Gianni is going to take control back. He's going to try and get it back into midfield here. Gianni is taking it very well. It is going to be passed over. Is Alex going to be able to find the control? Is he going to be able to get the steal here? No, Gianni's going to be taking it down to center field. It is going to be a kick, but it is not going to be a score. So very unfortunate for Gianni, but very fortunate for Alex there. But as we can see here, Alex is unfortunately not going to be able to have the control. Never mind. As soon as I say that, it swaps back into his favor. Gianni is just playing such a commanding game right now, but Alex at this point, we can't count him out. We got to make sure that he's able to stay in the game. We got to give him our energy. We got to make sure we give him our energy, everybody. Because the moment we count him out, the moment that he's not going to be able to
Did
score.
he have possession again?
But he's able to try and keep up with Gianni's pressure, but Gianni is still playing very well. He's just trying to play off a lot of tricky angles. He's going to try and go for another score here. He's going to pass it back, but unfortunately, it does not get a proper pass, but he is able to find it, but the goalie is going to be able to catch it. It is going to go off field at that point.
Likely goal.
So,
And it's a short corner.
it is a very tense game right now.
Ball played
Alex
in.
trying to go for a bit of a block there, but is not able to get it. Gianni could have a score here. He is going to be able to score. It is 21 minutes, and he's already up 3-0. Alex is probably sweating bullets right now, but he's definitely doing his best to try and get himself back up there. So I'm very curious to see what exactly Alex is going to do to bounce back, because if Gianni's able to score 3 times in 20 minutes, I definitely think Alex can probably bring it back here. But we'll have to see. Alex does have the control back. He is going to try. He is going to pass it back over to is going to be playing
Coutinho.
very defensively, trying to just make sure that he does not get into a lot of angles like Gianni does. He is going to shoot, but it is going to be able to. But it is unfortunately going to go over the net. Is going to go off field. So it's going to go back into favor of Gianni here. Gianni just has so much control. Like at this point, it's impossible to tell what exactly is going to happen between these two. Gianni is already going for a goal. He's going on left field. He's going to be able to get it, but he's going to miss, unfortunately. So that is going to be kicked back in from Alex here. So at this point, Alex could have a chance here, but once again, it goes back in Gianni's favor. Is he going to be able to find the score? He is going to be able to find the score. 27 minutes, almost 30, and he's already up 4-0. My gosh. Like, Gianni, you can't be doing this to this man. Like, as I said earlier, this man has a family. You can't be doing that to him. But regardless, he was playing it very well. So I'm very, very happy with, like, I'm very, very impressed in general with how both of these players are playing. Gianni's playing heavily offensive, but it does seem like we might actually see Alex go on the offensive here. He does get a pretty good pass. He is trying to just find some advantage, but no, Gianni's just playing so aggressive, just playing so pressure heavy that Alex has absolutely no room to breathe. Alex could possibly find a steal here, but he's not going to be able to. It is still currently in control of Gianni. Gianni's going to be getting very close to the goal. Is he going to be able to find a score? I believe he's going to try and pass it back. No, it goes back into the score of Alex. Alex could have another opportunity to try and get out of here. No, it goes back once again to Gianni, back to Alex. It is insanely close right now. Alex has to try and find his opportunity to really score here. Alex could have an easy breakaway. We're going to see. Is he going to be able to get the pass? He is, but unfortunately, Gianni's going to be able to catch that. Very good stop from the goalie there. It is going back to Gianni. And at this point, it could be anybody's game, especially with the way he's playing. We're already about 34 minutes in. So with the way that these two are playing, it's going to be in. Gianni's going to get another score. 35 minutes. 5-0. What are you doing, you madman? Good Lord. Oh boy, that was an intense moment, because we saw so much shifting back and forth between the two that I didn't know what exactly was going to happen there, but well played from both sides there. But Alex is having a very, very tough time. He is just trying to play. He's trying to play a little tricky, and I feel like that's what Gianni was heavily. He was playing very, very, very tricky, making sure that he's not able to really get himself into a lot of good advantages. But as we can see here, Alex is already trying to go for it, but it does get kicked out. Oh, he's able to get it right before it goes off field. It is going to be in Alex's favor. Is he going to be able to try and find a score here? He is going to shoot it, but it is going to be caught by Gianni. Gianni's going to throw it back. It's going to be in his favor. So at this point, Alex is going to have to absolutely do his best to get it back. He does get back control. He has to try and find the opening here. He does have somebody in midfield. Is he going to get the pass to midfield? He's going to be able to get it. The goalie is going to be able to throw it back for Gianni. At this point, Alex has to try and keep this pressure. Everybody's on his side. He has to try and just take that shot. It does go back into Alex's favor, but it does go to Gianni, but back to Alex. Alex is absolutely trying his best here, but it might go in. He does get the goal. It is going to be 5-1. Very well played from Alex there. Oh my goodness. As I said before,
here we can see it again.
Alex I feel, was playing way too defensive. He wasn't really able to find those angles, but once he actually started, like, really getting into where Gianni was, he was able to just really find such a good opening, and it is a very, very impressive once he does actually get a very good opening there. So overall, I'm very curious to see what will happen here. Is the ball going to go off field? No, it is not. Gianni's actually going to be able to find control here. Gianni does have a pretty easy way. No, Alex actually does take back control. Alex, you got to keep up this advantage, man. You got to keep playing on the offensive. You got to make sure that you're not going to be able to you're not going to be on any sort of choke points or any sort of, like, choke areas, you got to be able to make sure that no one
Forward under
is
no
really near
real
you. But
pressure.
with how much pressure is going on, Alex does have a chance to score. He is going to get the pass back. Is he going to be able to find the score? No, Gianni's going to be able to block. It is going to go back into midfield for Gianni, but it is going to be a control. But I believe that might be a bit of a penalty there.
The Etihad.
Or that might have been halftime. Oh my goodness, I lost track a little bit because of how I was doing. But my goodness, but the way those players are playing, it's so insane because it is so back and forth, and I just don't know what to expect. But we do see Gianni swapping sides. Gianni is currently on the right, represented by the red once again, still with Alex with the blue. Alex might have a bit of advantage here, but Gianni is still playing heavily aggressive. He's trying to push it over onto Alex's side, just trying to pressure Alex into doing so much right now. He doesn't have much of a defense. He could try and get a pass back here. Is he going to be able to take the shot? No, it's going to be blocked, but Alex might be able to take control unless it's go off field. No, it does not go off field, but it does go back into the control of Alex here. Almost go into the control of Gianni. It does get passed back into midfield. He has to try and play it so well here because at this point with the lead that that Gianni has, Alex has to play so aggressive. He has to try and play it. I like to think of it as if you're a fighting game. If you're down in the deficit, you can basically play pretty heavy. Like if you're down with the deficit, you have to play pretty aggressive because the other player can basically just sit back, play heavy defense, and prevent you from really doing anything. Like they have such a good lead, they're going to be able to just easily lock you out. Just be able to like make sure that you have no room to really get in. This could be the breakaway for Alex, but I'm not fully sure. Are we going to be able to see the breakaway? He is going to try. He is going to get a pass back into midfield. Is he going to be able to throw it? Throw it. This does not use hands. I'm thinking of a wrong sport. What am I doing? But
Erling Haaland.
at this point, it does go back into control of Gianni, but Alex does take it back. Alex, you have to make sure Gianni does not pressure you like this. You have to make sure you can get it back into midfield. It is able to go into midfield here. He is trying to just get the ball. He's trying to clear it. Is he going to be able to score? No, he's not. But the ball does go back into midfield. The goalie is not able to get it, but it does get kicked back into midfield. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my words.
Rodri.
I'm too fast for my own good, and that's my problem.
Haaland.
But at this point, I'm insanely curious because
The counter.
Alex almost had a full hour on the clock, and he doesn't have much time to really do anything here. He has to try and play it so safe. He has to try and play it either very aggressive or very defensive whenever Gianni tries to get aggressive because he can't let that lead stretch any further, because if he lets that lead stretch any further, it's going to be very, very hard to really make up that deficit. We do see Gianni with the lead here. He is trying to, with the ball here, he's trying to make a breakaway. Is he going to be able to make a breakaway? He is going to be 6-1 to Gianni. Stop shaking around the camera, as I've told you many times before, man. You can't keep disrespecting him like this.
Well, take a look at this. The pace they show on
the way that these players are playing,
so impressive.
Gianni is still giving absolutely no room to breathe.
And what a
He's
strike that is.
playing so heavy on the offense that is insanely impressive. But I believe we did actually see a swap there from, I believe that was Alex there. But it is going to be a very interesting situation, but especially with the way that both these teams are playing. As I said before, Gianni is such an insanely strong player. One that I can feel is definitely going to be a very big highlight, but at the same time, we can't talk out Alex because Alex is still doing his best despite how much pressure there is. He is absolutely holding his own, trying to make sure that he gets into a lot of beneficial positions. As we can see here, Alex does get the ball back in his control. He has to try and take it back to midfield. He has to make sure that Gianni does not pressure him because Gianni is seemingly cutting him off at every single corner. Gianni does actually miss that block there. Is he going to be able to get? He does make a bit of a breakaway. He does try and pass it back. He is going to be able to pass it back into midfield. Is he going to be able to score? No, it's going to be able to go into. It's going to unfortunately go over the net, not being able to make it. Are we going to see some substitutions here? Yes, we are. We are going to see some subs. So at this point, Alex is basically just. Alex is backed into a corner. He is down by 5. He is backed heavily into a corner. He has to play so safe. Oh, this could be the score that he needs. No, not going to be. It's going to be busted. It is going to be a score. It is going to be 6-2. Very well played from Alex there. Alex, if you keep playing like this, you could have a chance to bring it back. You have an entirely possible chance. And I'm very curious to see what you will do. As you can see here, it is going to be going back into Gianni's favor at this point. Alex is slowly making sure that gap does not get any wider. But with the way that Gianni's playing, it's very difficult. Alex does have a bit of a breakaway here. It is going to get past. Is he going to be able to kick it back into midfield? He is going to be able to clear it back over to mid. He is going to be able to get into midfield. No, he's not going to be able to get the kick, though. Gianni's just right there protecting it. He's not trying to give him any room to breathe. He is going to be able to kick, but the goalie's going to be able to get it. Is he going to be able to score? He is going to be able to score. It is going to be 6-3 already with, I believe, 72 minutes on the field. Gianni is bringing this back. He's already scored 2, and I believe the last 10 minutes of the game. If Alex can keep this up, he can absolutely bring this deficit back and just show Gianni that he's not going down without a fight. And if he can keep that up, he has to make sure. But it's going to be very tense. There's already 75 minutes on the clock. There's only 15 minutes left in the game. Alex has to play so insanely aggressive here. He has to try and find those openings. But with the way Gianni's playing right now, I don't know if that's going to really be able to be found at this point. Gianni's playing so aggressive. He's going to be able to find a score. He is going to be able to find a score that widens the deficit to 7-3. A deficit of 4 on the side of Alex, which is very unfortunate. But Alex is absolutely clawing his way back. We cannot talk about this entire game without talking about how Alex is actually able to claw his way back. Right now, especially going from a 6-1 deficit to a 6-3, and despite it being 7-3, he still has some chances as long as he's able to play his cards right. But with how low the game, but with how tight the gap is, especially with there being, I believe, only 10 minutes left in the game, it is going to be very tense. We already see Gianni getting very aggressive here. Alex is going to be able to kick it back into midfield. He's trying to just get pressure. Gianni's just pressuring him so much right now. The control is going to be going back still with Alex at this point. Alex has to try and go for a goal. He's trying to make a breakaway, but he's not going to be able to. It does go back into Gianni's favor. Gianni's just pushing him back. He's going for another breakaway. It does get kicked out pretty far. Is Alex going to be able to find control? Yes, Alex is going to be able to find control. No, Alex is going to be able to find control at this point. He does kick it back to his goalie. It's going to be a very tense situation. Who's going to find control here, Gianni or Alex? It's going to go back to Gianni. Gianni could have an easy chance to score here. We're going to have to see, but no, Alex takes it back once again to his favor. These moments are getting so close that I am just insanely impressed by how well these players are able to counter each other. But we do see Gianni getting a very aggressive position here. Is he going to be able to score? No, I believe that's going to be I believe that Alex was able to block that. It is going to be launched very off field. So a bit unfortunate, but at this point we're going to have to see what happens. So Gianni could have an easy advantage here. There's only 3 minutes left in the clock. I don't know if Alex is going to be able to bring it back, but we'll have to see. It is going to be not going off field, actually. Gianni still has in control. Is he going to be able to score? I don't believe it is. It's going to be launched back into midfield, where Alex does have control once again. But once again, it's going to go back into Gianni. Neither one of them are able to hold much control. Oh, I believe we might see something. I believe that's a bit of a penalty there. I'm not fully sure. But we do see the control kind of swapping back right now. Ooh, we got a lot of kicks going back and forth, especially through midfield. We do see the control back going into Alex's favor. Gianni trying to play heavy defense here. Alex is playing very well, but I believe that's going to see another kick going back into the favor of Gianni. It is currently about 90 minutes into the game. I'm not sure if Alex has much left going, so at this point he's going to have to try and do something, because something is better than nothing, but we're going to have to see what exactly is happening. Alex does have the ball back in his favor. Alex is just trying to get it over, but I believe that is going to be it. I believe that is going to be the game, with Gianni taking it 7-3 in a 3-0 sweep against Alex.
I'm sure there'll be words in the dressing room.
I just want to stop for a second and talk about how well both players were in that game, because both were just doing so good, and I am incredibly impressed with how everything was going. And as I said before, these players are phenomenal, especially with Gianni playing so aggressive the way he did and being able to try and claw his way back, especially Alex. I'm not gonna we cannot talk about the game without talking about him. He brought it back the best he could, fighting for his life. He clawed it back, but Gianni ultimately played just to a better advantage. But at that point, Gianni just took it very commandingly. And at that point, Alex doesn't really especially near the end there, he did get a few scores, but as we saw from Gianni getting the score to tie it up, to push the lead to 7-3, it was already about 75 minutes onto the clock, or about 77. I don't remember how much, but it was a very close time set. And with that happening, Alex had almost no room for errors. But with the way that it was playing, Alex ultimately Was not able to bring it back, but regardless, he did fight his absolute hardest. And props to both players here. Like both players played insanely well, and this just makes me even more excited to see how the actual matches are going to go. Like, if this was just a show match between two of our players, I'm even more curious to see how exactly it's going to go in the future with even more different opponents. So, yeah, overall, I was very, very happy with how both teams played. It was very, very impressive. And not to mention, I had so much fun commentating. Like, I hope that the commentary was hype. I'm hoping that it was insanely fun for you guys to watch as well, because that was an absolute blast seeing how back and forth the games were. But at the same time, like with the way Gianni just took so many commanding leads there. Like he was already up 6-1 and then came back. He was already like he won game 2 6-0 and then went 6-1 with a pretty huge deficit. And despite Alex trying to bring it back so heavily, Gianni still kept a pretty heavy deficit there. So regardless, I am insanely impressed with both players there. But regardless, it was insanely fun. But very soon, we're actually going to be getting into a player interview with Gianni, the victor of that match, going at 3-0. So I'm very curious to see his thoughts overall on the game. So, Gianni, welcome. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So, what was your overall thoughts there?
I honestly had a great time just to do it in a real competition. Someone that I've been practicing with months. Goes back all the way to the spring, and honestly, it felt really good.
I was about to say, I remember you two did go against each other a lot, especially during time. What was your overall thoughts like? Did you feel any sort of pressure at all, or was it just kind of like just a very, very fun?
Honestly, it was. I had an amazing. I had a great time. The pressure was there in the first game, but overall, there is pressure because this guy knows me better than anybody. I've played him more than I've played anybody else. But at the end of the day, I had I had so much fun. I didn't have that much pressure after that first game. I really was just having fun.
I could definitely tell you're having a lot of fun, especially with some of those games where you're just wiggling the camera. Like I was sitting here in the commentary, just being like, "You can't do that to that man." And as a family, don't.
I had to do some celebrations. I had to have fun with it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He knows I'm just messing with him.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
honestly, I'm just so thankful for the platform. I can't wait for this season to get started, and I think that was a banger of a way to get this season underway.
Well, with that being said, how excited are you for the actual season? Like, what are your overall thoughts on?
I have a lot of confidence going into it. I have high expectations, high goals for myself as our whole program. Me and CJ are looking to take the league. I just had a lot of high goals.
With the way you guys are playing and how even and back was, I have very high hopes for you guys, and I am sincerely excited to comment. Yeah, you guys put on an absolute. So thank you guys.
As
That was
someone,
insanely
as someone who commentates, I appreciate what you do. So
Of course,
thank
it
you
was
so much.
especially for someone being fairly new to a lot of games. It was definitely very intimidating at first, but overall, just kind of took it as if I was just having fun. And honestly, I had a blast with it.
And thank you to all the viewers. And there's a lot more to come.
Definitely,
Thank you for the interview. Have a great.
not a problem. All right, and with the interview of Gianni out of the way, we're going ahead and getting into an interview with Alex as well. All right, Alex, how are you doing? How are you feeling after that?
I'm feeling right that first game. I really thought I could have it over him. I thought it was an amazing shot. Now, second game, that one was a little rough. Third game, I thought I had a little bit of a comeback, but overall, it was a fun time.
I was about to say, even despite like, some of the huge deficits that it were, you did play very well, especially on the third one, being able to bring it back from a 6-1 deficit to 6-3, like just cutting it down little by little, and like being able to hold your own in a match like already says a lot about how you're gonna. Overall, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts over the?
Yeah, no, I mean, this man right here has gotten so much better defensively from the start. We could have games that go up to like 9-8, one way or another, and the way that this man is built, I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see what he does. I'm excited to see what I do as well. As that like how we have other people that we get to practice with.
Definitely. What's your thoughts going into the upcoming season? Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling confident, especially after the pro match? How are you feeling?
I feel like this was a good opportunity to get my feet a little wet. I felt the nerves early on. I'm not gonna lie to you at all. I was very nervous, but after getting my toes a little wet, I'm excited.
I was about to say something that helps is like, especially like you were playing, like you two have played against each other so many times that you guys are just really good friends. Just go into the match, accident playing with a friend, a lot of the pressure will off at that. So, regardless, both of you played insanely well, insanely fun to watch. So, yeah, thank you guys insanely for the absolutely insane match. So,
No, thank you.
not a problem. Definitely very fun to watch. So, yeah, I'm very excited.
I know. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Alrighty, so with the interviews out of the way, we were going to be going ahead and wrapping down for the night. And luckily, we will be back very soon. We actually have our next broadcast this coming Monday. We are going to be getting into, I believe, another EAFC match, which I am personally very excited to commentate. I really want to see these two play again. And we will also have another on Thursday, which is going to be a very exciting one. We're going to see our Valorant roster actually come out for the first time, and I am very excited for these guys. But yeah, thank you guys sincerely for watching. It was an absolute blast. I hope you all very much enjoyed watching. But yeah, definitely make sure to drop us a follow and stay tuned on Monday around the same time for some more EAFC.